What? Did you see people how the performance was really yesterday? Actually, that was really amazing. Let me share something interesting here. This is good. This is good. This is amazing. Now, I want us to check on what really happened. So today we are going to be seeing me here because I was going somewhere and then we have to do this live. You just have to check a few things on what the market is absolutely doing here, and then we can just proceed. So if you are here, if you are joining me right now, just let me just know in the chat, how are you doing? Yesterday was so amazing. Remember, we had bought the prices at exactly 50, 56. That was another smart entry that we earned, especially for those who are been trading gold. That is the place that we actually entered this market. And that was one of the best entries actually we earned. We earned the best entries ever yesterday. So let me look for something here. You angry? You angry? You angry? You angry? Yes, you angry. You angry? Everything written about you is great. Now, market is really doing good, and let's just keep joining this live. Let's keep joining. Let's keep joining. Let's keep joining. Let's keep joining. Let's keep joining this. Let's keep joining. We are up. Now, what do you see from the market? I think that uh, yesterday we had a very good analysis. Huh? Number one, we started with the prices for the gold. I think gold was actually one of them. And I think on Friday, is it Friday? Sunday. On Sunday around 10, around 8 p.m., we also and analyzed some just small pairs here and there, and we talked about something very interesting about now the potential for the market now to start moving, uh, to retrace back a reversal that we saw on the silver. Actually, silver is the most riskiest thing that we have ever seen, and that's why you see the silver actually went all the way to 117.5, and then we are really back again. That is crazy. So I think for the people who probably wanting to buy silver at those levels, those levels are really very dangerous. Even right now, as we speak about the gold right now, I know also the movement is good, but also the risk that comes with this market is really phenomenal. So you actually have to be very careful in case maybe you are trending also on the gold side, because sometimes you can trend on gold, but at the end of it, you end up losing everything. So we'll be checking different thing. What is the performance for this market? But remember also tomorrow we have tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we have some good news that is coming up from the Fed side. And I think the US is losing it. The US is just losing it. And this is serious thing. This is very serious. This is very serious. People are really abandoning dollar, and they have really to do something about this. Not This is not really normal as usual. This is just not normal as usual. So we cannot really do these games as usual. So let's check something here. What happened, what transpired to this market? Now, checking on the heat map, this is what you see. Checking on the heat map, this is what you see. We saw actually the JPY strengthening. That is one thing that we checked yesterday. The JPY, that is Japanese yen. And one of the things that we talked about JPY actually strengthening, number one, is because this guy from Japan finance, this manager, right? Yes, he was talking about coming up to strengthen their collaboration with the US. This is a very rare thing. They were talking about this to collaborate and strengthen the Japanese yen. And what does this mean? It means that on this collaboration, they are really going to sell the USD that they are holding on their reserve, and then what they are going to do is they are going to buy more of Japanese yen. So of course, when they start abandoning dollar and the dollar start moving down and Japanese yen actually start getting demand because they are buying from the FX market, of course, the market you expect it to move all the way up for the JPY. But at least we saw some correction. Remember, we were analyzing this yesterday, and at least we saw some good correction where the market actually just did this so well, especially yesterday. Let's just check the other thing, which is gold. Actually, this morning, for those who are trading, if you check this on the Sydney session, the market went all the way to 49.89. These are levels that we are talking about reversal. At least the market will behave healthy, because when we woke up very Monday in the morning, the prices actually went viral, like so much that the prices actually went so bad. That was really a chaos that we really got from the market. But at least we are back to the positions that we end from yesterday, which is around these levels that we have here of around 50.80, 50.98. Those are levels we are didn't get. And I think this market is really struggling to move on the upper side. So let's see what is the volatility, implied volatility. Investing.com options for the gold. So let's see on the option side what they are really talking about this on the okay. Let's see where traders are really, where people are putting money on. Is it the upper side or downside? Let's see on the option side. So if you look at this clearly, it is really becoming so expensive to sell at the top, which means that is how the market is. And the POC, we have around 51.13. Okay, this 28.29. So I think this is a really good time to, when this market keeps moving down, we keep actually buying, especially if you are here on the Sydney session when this market dropped around 49.89. I think that was another good entry point for us to buy when the market was actually at that lower levels. Let me expand this. As you can see, when this market dropped to around 49.89, I think that was the best entry we could have gotten from this market. The silver again is also very risky, but it dropped all the way to the entry level. You know, we started from 101 the market and moved all the way to 117. We'll be checking on that, but again the market went back all the way to 101 again. I think this is very after the prices actually were moving down, that is from yesterday out to today, and what we see from now is the price is now starting to move up. And I think the best thing that you could have done is actually to buy when those prices were very low. I don't know whether you are late on this, but this now, because we are now back to almost the center of the prices, if you're planning probably to buy and sell gold, this is not really a good opportunity. The gold opportunity was actually coming up like yesterday when the price dropped to 49, 80s, 90s. Those were very good opportunities to buy. But you know, most of people, when they see prices dropping like that, they end up thinking that, you know, the market is really going to fall, the market is really going to move down, and just lose it. And that's what you see so many people now fearing to either buy from that market. Now, when do we expect these prices of the gold to move? Of course, you can see on the upper side, the market is really projecting again to keep moving. People are continuing to lose hope on the USD. Unless tomorrow we get these news coming up, the Fed has to do something here, because the confidence with the dollar is actually reducing and the dollar is absolutely just losing it. So what we can get from this market is just one thing. Let's get the Fed at least hiking the interest rate from 3.75% at least to the highest level. At least that with that one we can actually talk about the market now. Look at this. This will be on tomorrow. That will be tomorrow 10 p.m. the rate decisions, and you can see they're expecting to just remain the same. If I can actually, if they want to save the dollar from collapsing, from not doing this, let them come with a surprise at least to 4%, to put this interest rate at least to the 4%. That is going to be at least something else. But at this level, that's where we have this right now. This is really crazy. And this is really not good at all. Yeah. So you can see how the market is really behaving. It's crazy. So 50, 80 is not really a good price to buy. That's high. And yeah, so the good opportunity came when the prices were very low, from 50, 20, 58, 49, 80. I actually even bought at that zone because I realized the prices were very low. Silver also went to 101. Those were very good opportunities to buy. Remember also we talked about the speculation at JPY. Those were just speculations, and the information there was not really confirmed. So kama hiyo information was not really confirmed, of course we end to get a move where this market was to move from let me show you here, where the market, for example, for this USD, the USD JPY was to move from 153. So this is what we are talking about, a good opportunity to buy, and that is what actually happened to the USD JPY. If you go to our last live we did yesterday, this is what we are talking about, a very good opportunity now to start buying from the market that has fallen so very hard. and at least we are going to sell from the market when it hit 156. This is our focus now. This is what you're going to be focusing on. Also, I think where would this market actually rise to, because there is a very big gap that was created around 156.5. I think that is the zone that where this market actually can end up to. That zone of 156.5. That is what we may ending up to. Then good opportunity for those who will be live yesterday when we were buying this USD JPY. I think you missed it. You missed it. I also generated a video because I sent around 153.5. That could actually have been a good opportunity. Look at this. 100 pips up. The market is really up, and this is so much of interest. All right. So that is the movement that I'll be showing you what we'll be focusing on today. But because tomorrow, Lynn Morioki, how are you doing? Lynn Munagani, how are you doing, Lynn? We are here, we are here, we are here. Hey. So look at this. This was actually on the stream levels here that we had gotten from this market. And that's crazy. So at least now we might be seeing these prices actually at least, at least 156. So if you bought from the lowest like me, what we are talking about 156.5 here, that was our buying zone. Then let's just make sure that you push this stop loss. Put your stop loss up, trail your stop loss. Like put your stop loss above, because the market actually, because if this information is going to be confirmed, expect the USD JPY to move to below 150, which was around 158, 148, around 147. Those were the prices that was averaging between 2022. So in case this information gets in case those information get confirmed, then of course expect these prices to keep moving down and JPY to keep suppressing this market here. So yesterday I told you the market was best. If there was any opportunity for you to have good interest, actually was yesterday. The yesterday was amazing. Yesterday was so nice, because you can look at all these entries that we have from this market and now actually what really happened. So our best entries was 158 here. So I'll be following up on the Japanese officials to see what are they going to be doing. Now, what I'm saying is that this market might actually be slowing down, or might be getting this market slowing down. Why? Because tomorrow this decision is really going to matter a lot, because Fed has to do something. They have seen now the market is really moving. People are losing confidence in their dollar sign, and it's actually moving down. Their strength is just losing. Look at the DXY. Look at the DXY to tell you everything. USDX is right here, although it just gained some moment, and I think this gain is what has actually pushed at least USD JPY all the way up, like stock indices at least up. This is only thing that, just look at this sharpness, this sharp move that we really got here. It's just confidence that you are losing in the dollar. And I think at this rate, the Fed has to do something on the interest rate, especially if you are designed to 3.7%. So are they really going to save the dollar? Because they have to do that. Yeah, they have to make the decision. It's either we save the dollar or the dollar collapses. Because if they keep cutting the interest rate, of course, although the inflation is still not that bad, inflation is not really bad. So increasing the interest rate is another thing. So you can see they are trapped. The Fed is trapped. The inflation is gone, so there is no need probably to say let's hike the interest rate. Let's even put 25 basic point. But the dollar is just losing it, Dollar is just losing it. And that's why you see this really happening around this market here. And that is crazy. So what do you expect from this? People this week, maybe from tomorrow or before Friday, if this keep happening, like the dollar keep dipping down, then at least I think something has to be done by the Fed, and I think they have just one chance of putting a surprise of 4% on the interest rate decisions. At least this is going to save the dollar to move. The strength for the JPY is becoming very big, and I think that's crazy. So now, what are we going to be doing from this dollar here? We are on the stream levels that you can see. This line I drew here for the dollar, for the gold, this is actually after the stream level that we didn't got. This was actually fair price for me around this area here, which is around 4,900. But after these prices extended to 5,111, that is when I realized that this is no longer price. Have you ever seen even your silver just moving straight out from 103 in one day to 117? That has really never happened. But of course, silver, we can say silver is really even is not no more of even if actually they are going to do something of the dollar, it's only that it's going to slow down how the silver is really going to be moving. But overall, in coming years, we are going to be getting the silver keeping up or moving all the way up. So the silver is going to continue moving up because of the demand for the silver. You know, in the technology is really moving on. We are in the tech industries where the demand for silver is increasing and also being declared as the rare metal. Last year as the critical, this year, last year again around December being declared as the most rare metal now. So the demand will actually keep increasing for the silver. That's why you see that happening. This is very, very, very important. What do we expect from the Trump speech today? You know, Trump can speak anytime, can speak whatever he wants, but you know, Trump sometimes, if you follow Trump so well, sometimes you'll be understanding that sometimes this guy can say something. So, on today's Trump's maybe I think unless maybe he addresses, that is what I was trying to answer before I lost the network. That is what I was trying to address here. So as you can see nowadays, even have you ever actually seen who was actually the last president before this guy, Joe Biden? Ever seen the Trump? Ever seen the Joe Biden? Unless maybe it was very critical information about what he was. But nowadays, because Trump and the market is really talking about these things in the market nowadays, we are seeing the Trump even being placed into the calendar. This is crazy because this guy, he can talk things that moves the market. So anyone who has the power to move the market, of course, we put is just placed around this area here. Now, what are we expecting Trump to talk about today? So number one, I'm expecting to see him talking about the dollar that is losing. So say what is really going to say about this thing. I think policies and tension that's really growing with the NATO, but those are really not uh, important. So those are really not really important. So let's see. The most important to us is actually information more about inflation, jobs, and yeah, those kind of things. What is really happening into the market, the job, affordability of the houses, vitu kaa hizo. Those are the kind of things that we really expect from the market. So us is just to look on the economic side. Also, sometimes politics can affect the market, but that's not really that bad. Now, this is what I'm talking about. That today, gold, people are really expecting the gold prices to keep moving up, and this is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. People, I think around we are going to end all the way to 51. We are ending to 51.20 there. I think this is the next price. Then after that, we might be ending to 5,278. And I think there is no other restrictions that is going to restrict this market from moving up, because already the price that was already achieved, we already achieved the reversal, at least the correction that we got from where the market moved from 49.80 to 51.11. We have already gotten that, where the market moved to 49.89. So I think the next one that you're going to be getting is probably 5,200. But because of this, today and tomorrow, uh, people might be expecting at least some surprises from the Fed, of which can actually happen. Sometimes, the analyst can put the interest rate to remain the same, but due to a lot of things that can really happen to the market, now they decide to do what? They now decide at least to bring a surprise. I mean, like 25 basic point up, that's really going to move with the market and do some little bit of recovery from the market. That can really happen. There's some other times that we really got surprises from the market when it comes now to the interest rates. So I think that as well can happen. Just look at this. It's not like we are going to get exactly like that every day. When you look at this, but this really happens rarely. I remember this. For example, September 18, 2024, we got a surprise. They're expecting 5.25%, but they took this to cut 25 basic points. That was crazy. Another one happened 2022, where we got this of 25 basic point up. So that can really happen, and I think maybe this is the time to do that, not always as getting what is being predicted here. But the rest, I think from 2011, I've not been trending this, but you can see. So today I'm not planning to buy gold. I'm not planning to do anything. I'm just going to wait and see what we're going to get, which levels are we going to getting from the market. So that's why you see me relaxed outside, because I'm very patient on what is really happening to the market. So I'm going to be very patient. Yeah, so in case maybe you're planning to buy the gold, I think we can be patient at least. You see, this is important. Am I really planning to buy gold today? No, no, no. My plans is not really to buy gold. I'm not planning to buy gold today, so I'm going to be very patient. I think until we get some good information to tell us the market, unless something is going to happen. Something is going to happen. Like you see, those who bought silver yesterday now Urumia sana. Do you know how much? Do you know? Do you know how? Do you know the information we are really getting? Let me show you here. Let me show you some information here on what really happened yesterday, because I told you it's like where we say normally, be at the right time, at the right, be at the, be at the right place, at the right time. I'm telling you, buy at the right time, at the right place. This is very important. Let me show you. 1.2 billion wiped. This is the information I was getting. I don't know which platform gave out this information. Let me. Actually, I'm going to really check that information well as CNBC. Let me CNBC. So let me see whether I can get this on CNBC. But something that you really have to know is that look at this. Oh, 1 point. What I know is that the information I really got, I forgot where I got that information from. But $1.2 billion was actually wiped yesterday from people who invested in were trading silver and gold yesterday. So the markets moved so well. That correction actually alone cleared 1.2 market cap from the market, and that was really crazy. That is what really happened. So let's see, gold performance is really down 50, 79. You can see all precious metals, copper also and silver are all down. Silver is back to 111, but still down. You can see all the precious metals are absolutely down. So yesterday I wanted to buy a low the way to this place here, and yeah, so we just wait to see what we might be getting. But of course, if you see lower prices again, and I think 58 is not really even a good place to do that, but expect at least 5,100. So you can see 5,100 is very close. It's not really like that far. Yeah, it's not really that far. Let me check what you're getting here. 50.89. Okay, 49.95. You see here, you see here now people are really trading. This is a short term. This is a short term. This is a short term thing. You can see when we, let me teach you something very quick here. Let me teach you something very quick. Let me teach you something very quick. Now, when you see this happening, like you see the implied volume here going down instead of going up, you can just simply say the prices are really, traders are speculating or they are putting their orders for this market to keep going down. So that's the just simple as that. Okay, just simple as that. So what are we getting here is very simple. This is features. This is not the spot goal that we normally trade, but it gives us the clear direction of where the market might be ending to. That's why I know gold might be ending up probably at the end of Friday up there. But currently we are speaking about where the market has more predictions or maybe more orders are actually being placed on the downside. We are probably going to see that when we open the volume side. But you can see around 50, 49.95. This is a place we are waiting to see this from the market, where people are really speculating. You know, around here, this is the more important part, 49.95. So around 49.95 here, 49.95, 49.95. Where is 49.95? 49.95. 49.95. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Let's move to 4-hour time frame and see this. Let's move to 4-hour time frame and see this. So this is a zone people are waiting to see the market coming here. So that mark, yeah, that zone there, that zone there. You do know, actually, we marked that zone here yesterday. So, and the prices absolutely moved all the way down, just like that. Now, this is another rejection that we are really getting from this market. As you can see, we have a very big rejection. The market is trying to move on the upper side and been rejected several times. And I think there are so many people who are trading right now. The selling point. That's why you can see the market has found this zone that we have here. Let me put it clearly. That one. So that matters. That matters. Now, number one, you cannot sell gold. You cannot sell gold. I will tell you why. I cannot sell gold right now. Number one, that is number one. And I cannot really buy. No buying, no selling. So this is I want you to listen to me on that again. So I cannot buy from this zone and I'm not going to sell from this zone. Yeah. This mentality of the price is really going to move up from this. If you missed this opportunity here, don't really buy from this market right now. Don't buy if you missed this opportunity. If you missed that opportunity, this is not a good time to buy from this market, as you can see. So let's talk about why. The reason why. Number one, if you look at this, on the futures market, the more orders are actually coming on the downside, like below, like it's really increasing very fast. Like people are waiting to see 49.95, 49.20. That is what we are really expecting. And this normally acts like the magnet as well, like it's pulling the prices. And you can see the price that you are paying after the 59.89 where we are right now, that you are paying to buy from this market is absolutely very expensive on the future side. This tell you that there's a high likelihood the market is going to be moving to that side. But on the other side, you can see if you are selling at the lowest prices of 49.95, if you want to do that, that is absolutely very cheap. Okay, if you want to sell at 49.95, that is very cheap. And this tells you this is where the prices is actually being, where we are getting the magnet for this, like 49.95. So when these orders are shifting like this, then we really have to be careful on this one. And number two, you can see we really got a very big rejections here. It's not only one time, it's twice, that 3 times we got a rejection at the top here, where we have prices around price area of 5,100 that we have here. So in case probably you're going to buy from these prices and the prices move to $5,100, you see, you're not making a lot of money from this market. The best entry was actually here. And remember, number one, it's either if you are going to trade, it's either you are selling at the far end of the top or you are buying from the lower side. So on this case, that is no. The reason we cannot sell from this market again, the reason we cannot, there are 2 reasons that we cannot buy and sell. Number one is because we are getting a rejection here. You cannot really buy from that market, all right? Because the chances the market can really drop very fast to this point here, which is around 4,991. Number two, the reason we cannot really sell again from this market is because look at this candle. This candle is so big. This engulfing candle, and we got another one here which formed at the top here, closed high. And this is actually a very good sign of the momentum where the market is moving. And this is a sign that indeed this market is moving up. The market is moving upside. And also, so there's likelihood for this momentum to really continue all the way throughout. And that's why you see that happening. As you see now, that really happening so quickly. Now, it's giving us all those signs. So that's why now you either wait for these prices to move back for either 49.95, then we can just start buying from that point. Oh no, you just wait these prices, because if you buy from that point, the likelihood for a retracement or a reversal likely to happen. So I really recommend, if you did not buy yesterday, just be patient and just wait and see how these prices are really going to react by today. So that is a very important thing. Or maybe you just give gone some, you just keep watching how the prices are really going to be. That is really going to be happening. And also we bought USD JPY, but you can see this is just a correction that is happening. And because on the Japan, what moved it is the news and the traders expecting something. So in case that thing of intervention is not really confirmed, number one, what is really going to happen is the market is really going to form a very big candle and continue moving up, probably even higher prices of 159. You understand? Number two, if this news is really confirmed, then this market is really going to drop even more. If this is really not, if this news is really like not going to be confirmed, or maybe they change the plan, we are not going to do this, then we're going to get a very big reversal. That is what I'm talking about here. So you have to be ready at this time. This is a very good opportunity. This is where what you really watch so much, because other analysis can give you some good tips, but when you capture something good like this, when you capture a good thing like this one, if you manage to trap a market like this, like if you manage to have a market moving like this, and at least you capture this move that is going to happen on this market, this is actually going to give you some good pips that can actually help you even to run the whole of the month. Like imagine the market coming from 153 and going to 160. How many pips are those? I think those are the pips that you can manage to get at the end of the year, at the end of the month. And that is what you can actually get probably even in one day. And that is really amazing. So this is a very good opportunity, a very good time to look on what is happening on the Japan, on what you are going to do about this intervention. So make sure that you follow that closely. It is very important as you are just saying it, because once the market goes up, then I don't want you to regret that you did not enter this. So that is really going to be happening. The stock market are really moving down, and I think it's just the same thing. People losing confidence in the US dollar, and of course, you know that will make the prices of also the stock indices to have to move down. But the Nasdaq was actually been performing not worse. It's really moving good, and I think there's a price that we are talking about where Nasdaq has to hit 26,000. So niko na positions kidogo tu yenye niliingia hapa, but kimani namba nimeramba hapa kidogo tu. Let me show you here. So hey, hii focus bwana imekataa kufocus. Yeah, so I have some few positions here that I entered na zimekataa. So that is my area. What else was I have to trend? What? From 102 this morning to 112. Do you know how much that could have made you, my friend? If you had entered with a lot size of 0.01, that's $1,000. If you are trading silver. If you entered silver this early morning, since the session when the market was opening, and you clicked buy at 102, you could have made $1,000. Could have made $1,000 profit. What? But of course, you know, there's some risk comes from the same thing. So where is the silver going to be ending to? Silver is going to be ending to around 120. Silver actually might be ending to 120 anytime. Silver might be ending to 120 or 200. Silver might end up to 120 or 200. That is what we might be getting from silver side. So 120 will be gone. So 120 will be gone. So I'm going to close this down, and then I will see you again around 8. That is when I think today we have a class that is really going on. Today we have a class online. So I have to prepare myself and teach these people how to trend. More of so today I'm just watching the prices. I'm going to watch how the market is moving. So leo tu ni kuangalia vile prices zinaenda. Then of course we'll make the decisions later. So my work is just to observe the prices. My work is just to observe the market. Sina mambo mingi. Today is just to observe the prices. Currently, so this morning, let me see what I bought. I bought US30 from 49 to 240. That was 5 a.m. Also bought gold at 5. So let me check on the Bitcoin. What is the performance here? I was expecting these prices to move in that line, not actually that line. I think it has been moved. It has been moved. This line supposed to be that area here. So that's that also we're talking about. Yeah. So also that area. So I think now this is a very good time now. The prices for BTC, remember what we are holding here. I was planning to hold this, and also I'm saying that I'm going to hold all the way to 98, almost 100k. The prices of Bitcoin, remember, they're all-time high. Sometimes you can compare when you see the crypto sign, especially for the Bitcoin, you can see this big move that really happened here from 100, and this is absolutely, let's see. This is the price here is crazy. The price here was 126. 126. When the price moved to 86, that $40,000 moved once downside. I think that's almost the same price where Bitcoin, and it ended around 59. So if you subtract 59 minus 40, you get around 19. So the last crash where we end actually moved from 69, 60, is it 69, yeah, to 29 to 19. That was another crash that really happened to the market, and that was very big. And I think also this matters a lot. This matters. This also matters. With this 40,000 move, I think for the spot traders, this is really good opportunity. The prices are really low, so I don't think whether there is anything else you really need here. You just need to just buy for the spot guys. I mean spot, like for example, those you can just buy if you have good amount of money. You have your 10 million that you are holding. This is the time. Just even buy one Bitcoin, because it's going to create a new high probably before the end of the year, and you're going to see 126. If you're 10 million there, and then or maybe you have your 100k, you have your $80,000. That's about 13 million. So if you have 13 million, you can afford one Bitcoin. This price is very cheap. At the end of it, you can make almost half of that amount of money, 50% at the end of the year. 50%. This is a very good investment that you can actually make if you are good, if you are really planning to trade. At the end of it, you can make almost half of that amount of. So what I see from these candles is the market that is trying to form these laws like this. So if you can take these three candles that were formed from this market, and you realize a certain pattern like this, where the market is trying to form the downside just like that, but already that has been achieved. When you look closely on this market here, look at this level here. This is where the market actually trying to reverse from, and as you see, the price trying to move all the way to 86. And I think this is where we have a biggest support in this now, the BTC that we are talking about here. So buy from here is actually a very good idea, because you can see the last time we bought from 87, and the prices are really key. I think we're almost at the bought at 87. Now the prices is at 88. Still, I'm waiting to see 90s right there, and that is really going to be amazing. You just won't long, you just buy and wait for the prices. You just buy at the top, and this is something very amazing that you really, you just buy low and wait for the prices to come up. So for this case of Bitcoin, I'm waiting to see the prices moving up, that is specifically 90s, and I'm waiting to see at least 98, and I hope this can happen. The good thing with the Bitcoin is that this can happen overnight. This, you just wake up one day and you have some good amount of money to take you throughout the month. That is a very good investment that you can actually make, especially if you are trading crypto. The lowest point, like the ones that we have right now. So that is one of the most interesting things. So don't forget the USD JPY is coming back, but at least when you get the lower prices, don't forget to buy and observe what we really send. BTC, I told you, the cont, you're really going to observe, because I see the prices predictions towards the downside. Right now we are 1590, and I think the best point that we can get from this is around 5113. 5113, the prices are still very close to what we have right now. So I think there's also a rejection that we are really getting across 5100. Anytime the prices try to touch that one, then we get rejected from there. And we'll also be watching Fend, because I think probably they can just do something about this, and this can absolutely increase the prices of what we can really get from this market. So that is my observation. I'm going to be looking at this information and buy when we see lower prices, specifically for the prices of gold, in case we get lower prices. I'm absolutely going to be buying from this market, and I'm targeting 49. The price is there at 49, can be 49.70, can be 49.30. That when we drop to those points, especially the dollar sign. So the most important thing here that we have to follow is US JPY and USD. I'm not talking about USD JPY. I'm talking about the information from the US side and also the information from the Japan side, because that is really influencing the market right now. So hand those are the information that are very critical. So make sure that you observe that clearly at once the end of the week, because I think before Friday something has to happen. Something has to happen in this market, and the best opportunity, the best thing that you can do is really to observe this. Check how they are really doing on this, because you see, you can see anytime the gold is trying to touch at those points. Clearly, we have seen on the option that the people are predicting even lower prices on this, and you can see the highest that predicted here to get is absolutely around 51.13. So if the price exceeds that, I don't know whether we can actually get absolutely more than that. Yeah, I also told you that I had an alert here where I created some good alert 50-20, and this was 90 when the silver was trending around 100, because I planned to buy, especially when the silver hit 90. But at this level, yesterday, after seeing the prices moving from 103, from 101 to 117 in just one day, I changed the mind and just bought when the prices actually went all the way to 117 and came back to 101. I was very comfortable at that, because I knew my account could actually handle in case the prices went to the 90, and then I could absolutely buy again. And the one thing, the gold is not the same, although we have bank reserves that are really buying. There's different things that are really holding. All of them are precious metals, but when it comes to the silver, I think it has more advantage of this, and that you can see the volatility is crazy. Maybe silver is going to get to a point of, I think, almost to the prices that we have for the gold, maybe in coming days. That is the paperwork, the paper ones that we have. Right now, the price of silver in ounces in the ink in Japan, some are really averaging around $136, and I think we might also be ending there around 130, maybe incoming, maybe at the end of the year, or probably even 200 for the silver as we move really on. So they will end on a good opportunity to buy yesterday. But if you're really planning to buy gold, and I want to show you something that I was showing people the other day about the extreme levels that we have, especially for the gold. It's only, I think, we did so good because at least the market went back a little bit, at least yesterday, to 49.95. But if you look at this carefully, you realize that we are really at 95.25 at on the monthly movement that we really have for the gold. So for the gold, and these are very extreme levels to really watch out. So that's the same thing that was happening to the silver, extreme levels, and this gives this market a chance at least to come back to 50 levels here, where we have the average of this market, and this put it at least at 46, 47. So those are the prices that we can wait. This is thing that can happen maybe next year, but at least we can observe the trend are really going to change the direction towards the inflation, the interest rate, from downside to the upper side. The confidence is really reducing for the dollar, and the people are really moving to the side of the gold. Probably we've not been getting there, but at least because now we are at extreme levels, the prices are very expensive. We can say this is not what we call expensive, very expensive. Gold is very expensive, and now, at least for me now, I'm just going to wait, especially today, and then I'll wait to see how the prices are really going to react from here. So thank you so much for those who have been watching this. I think I end up banned network. Banned network. I end a very banned network, but I think Tomorrow we are here again. Tomorrow I'll be in my office. Tomorrow I'll be on my office to so that we'll be looking more of these things. We put the PC there and then we observe and follow up for some good news that we're going to be checking from the market. So that is going to be very amazing. But if this is your first time to